This webinar, Flexi webinar, will show the variable data printing, the new feature in Flexi 21. So what we need is the data sheet. In the data sheet, you will see in the first row the keyword, and then you will have all the names, all the date of birth, some barcode information. This is just a simulation of some numbers. This is something very random, but just to show you how it works with the barcodes. So this will be the value for the data matrix and the barcode. What we will need as well is a design, of course, in Flexi. So I will recreate this insurance card. This is all fictive, so this doesn't exist in real life. What we need as well is all the photos for the cards. So I have collected all the images separately of all the people. All the people we will get a card, of course. Is this a bit clear? Is the audio okay? Is the is everything clear? What I will do as webinar? Are there any questions? Okay. Good. So first we will make of course, the background of the card. So I will select the rectangle tool. I click on the background, and in Design Central, I will set the dimensions of the card. So there is a default dimension of 85 by 55 millimeters. Of course, some rounded corners. We can as well add the value here, or we can drag the corners on the outside of our rectangle, like here in the corners, to make the corners rounded, but then visually, like so. For example, I have already two green RGB colors added in the colors in the swatch table. Voila. So what we'll need is we need to cut off this part to make it light green. So what can we use is, for example, the cleaver tool. This cleaver tool is in the toolbar of the to edit the points and the anchor points and so on. So you'll see a cleaver symbol here, and then we can just cut, drag, and hold Shift to cut off, to split the parts, let's say. So now I can make this bottom side another color, like so. Okay, what else do we have is our medical logo. So we'll import the logo, import. And this is still a bitmap, as you can see, very pixelated. I see Christophe joins as well. Thank you, Christophe, for joining. Good morning. So for the people who are joining now, I will show the variable data printing tool, the new tool Flexi 21. And today I will show a sort of insurance card with some data, with a barcode, with some data matrix, and so on. So now I'm just making the design with the basic Flexi tools, just to refresh everyone's design skills, of course, in Flexi. So I've imported a bitmap file. So you can see it's very pixelated. How can we easily vectorize this? We can just use the Bezier tool. So bitmap vectorize Bezier. And you'll see automatically delete the bitmap, the logo is vectorized. If you click Ctrl F, you can see all the outlines of your design. So this is the outline mode, or you can even hit this fill mode icon and at the bottom of the screen. So we have this logo vectorized. I will make it white. Let's make it another color and leave it for later purposes, so we can put it on the back of our barcode, in the back of our card. So what do we need as well is, of course, some space for our photo. So what I showed before is I have all the images all with the same size already collected. These images we need for later purposes to import them into our datasheet. So the datasheet for the people who are joining now is an Excel sheet with the name, date of birth, data, barcode. Okay, so we need the rectangle for the photo. This is just the outline you can see around the photo. As well, we need placeholder for the photo, for the bitmap. So I'll easily align both to each other. Then we need patient name, the date of birth, and of course the placeholder text for the name and date of birth. So we take the text tool. Let's say patient name. For example, I'll just repeat it. Date of birth, and then we have the date of birth, something like this. Okay, make sure that you have already like the date of birth. This will contain 8 characters, no, 10 characters as well with the dots. So I have already 8 characters in my placeholder text as well. I'll center them together. This can be done in Design Central, in the Paragraph tab, and you can align center all the text. I'll scale this one. As well, I align everything. Like so. Okay. Then we have medical license as text. So I'll just copy and drag. Medical license. This is the barcode and the data matrix. So for the data matrix, I have, let's see, let's copy this. As well, a lot of characters. So I can just go to text, data matrix, text to data matrix, like so. Scale it and make it black. As well, we need a barcode, so we can make the white background, of course, for the barcode. Like so. As well, we need some data for the barcode. So we go to text, barcodes, and then you have 2 choices, or we have the barcode 39 type or the barcode 128. So in this example, I'll use the barcode 128 and we'll fit it into our white background, like so. As well, we need some extra text, so we need insurance cards, as text in white. Okay, we can uppercase this, and we have as well the website at the bottom. In green or in white. Let's make it white. And a small line. Like so. Okay, we need the logo in the background as well. So I'll make it white. Like this. What I can do is can give it some transparency. So in the fill stroke editor, go to the third tab, transparency, and let's say 25%, something like this. So we have the logo of the medical, let's say, company and background of the card. So now we have all the elements for our design. The only thing we need is, so I'll close this one. The only thing we need is we need to tell the software which elements needs to be an element for variable data. So which elements are placeholder text for our variable data printing. Meaning we need the patient name and the date of birth, and we have, of course, the data matrix and the barcode as placeholder texts. So first I will split those texts, so I will break them apart. So I'll go to text, break apart. So now every line is text line is separated. Let's make this black and this black as well, like so. And we'll need to open the variable data toolbar. So this is new in Flexi 21. Just right click on the top bar and select variable data. So we have the variable data toolbar opening. And here you will see the first icon is convert to variable data. So we have to select our elements and convert them to variable data. So I select patient name, convert to variable data, and you'll see a red box around the placeholder text. In Design Central, we will have an extra tab called Variable Design with a keyword option. This keyword is the first word of our Excel sheet or data sheet. So in this case, name. I'll leave scale to fit and proportional selected, and I press apply. Same for the date of birth. I convert to variable data, and the keyword is date of birth. As this is my keyword of the first row in my data sheet, we select the data matrix as well, convert to variable data. The keyword is data, and then we have the barcode, keyword barcode. Okay, so now we have 4 variable data elements. As well, of course, we need the variable data element for our bitmap, for all the photos. So we can only replace a bitmap element for bitmaps. So we can't use text tool, for example. So I drew a square, but you can see I can't convert this to variable data. The element, the icon is grayed out, so I will need to make this white square a bitmap. So I have to convert this or rasterize this to a bitmap. So I go to bitmap, rasterize, 150 dpi. The resolution depends how large you for the resolution of the bitmap. That's of course a personal choice, but I would recommend to make it high, and you press OK. And now you'll see I can convert the white rectangle to variable data. So I press variable data, and you'll see bitmap embedded is here as keyword. So as well in Design Central, I can make it the keyword of our first row in the datasheet. This row is empty still because we will import, drag and drop the files from our Explorer folder to our datasheet later in Flexi itself. So now we have 5 data elements. Of course, we want to cut this as well, so we need a cut contour. So go here, contour cut, and I will position the contour cut inside of my artwork. I press apply, and I make sure I separate the contour cut. So right mouse click, separate contour cut. This is very important because if you keep the contour cut attached to the artwork, I found some difficulties to make the variable data happening. So separate the contour cut from your artwork. Okay, the only thing we need now is we will need to add our datasheet in Flexi. So it will replace all placeholder text automatically. So I go to the second icon, it's called Edit Variable Data, and it will open up a pop-up window where we can make new data, or we can as well load our data file. So we have our datasheet here, and I have saved the datasheet to a CSV file or a text file. So in this case, I've saved this as a text file. So load data, and I have the ID values here. So I have a text document created out of the datasheet. Open this one, and you'll see automatically it will replace our data. I have some extra lines here, probably because I have extra data lines in my data sheet. So I will delete those. It will take some time. I don't know if I can, like so. So you can check all your data. And as well, we have created an image section for our photos. So I can easily go to our folder with all the photos, select them all, and I'll drag and drop them in my data list. Those are all linked locally. So of course, make sure your files are on the same position. If you switch position of or move or copy the images, you will have to redo this handling. So this looks fine. I press OK. And then you see nothing happens. Of course, we can show a preview. So this is the last or the 6th icon in the variable data toolbar. It's called preview variable data. And if you select this, you'll see in Design Central, you have an index. And you can go to all the designs, all with a personal data matrix and with a barcode. I have a question from Christophe de Blok. If you import them like this, are they imported alphabetically? Yes. So for my first image, this will be as well. Oh, it's not. I have to check why this is photo 1. Let's see. Yes. As you can see here, Christophe, it's imported in the American way, let's say. So they will import them in an alphabetic order. Okay. So of course, this is a quick simulation. You'll need to match the name with the photo, of course. So this is just a random. I have some random names and random photos just to illustrate all the options. Okay. So you can check if everything's okay. Afterwards, this is the most important part. Of course, we can send this to our printing device and our cutting device. We go to the RIP and print stage. So RIP and print. Okay. We're sending to a Roland. We can send it to other devices as well, of course. We have the variable data. This is new. The variable data toolbar. The variable data tab added here. So we can select this. We hit apply variable data. So we'll see all the copies will be generated as well as preview. So you can uncheck and check preview, and you will see it will automatically fill in the variable data. Of course, because we have added a cut contour, we can as well send the cut contour to a cutting device. So for example, a Summa device, and you will see it will add opus marks around the design. I can select hold in list or send now to just send it to production manager or to your printing device automatically. As well, you can rotate the job or center the job as usual. Okay, so you will see every card has its own information depending your data, which is imported, of course. See the preview, and you can just click send. Of course, we can save the file, or we can either save the variable data template, so with all the placeholder text. So let's say save the current document as a variable data template. Give it the name insurance card, for example. Okay. And afterwards, you can open the template, select it, and reopen it. So you can save variable data templates. very useful if you have, for example, codes or something like that, which needs to be repeated, of course. So very useful is you can save the template and reopen this. Okay, I think this is it for variable data printing. New tool in Flexi 21. Are there any questions? Christophe, looks straightforward. Yes, it is straightforward. Of course, you will need to test it. Yeah, you have to test it, make use of it, spend some time. You have to spend some time designing and try out some parts like the barcodes, for example, with the data sheets and so on. But if you have the artwork, if you have the template, it's very easy to print a lot of copies. Imagine I have another list of 500 names. I can easily open the template, add data sheet, and send to the printer. We don't have to use the auto serialization tool anymore. So auto serialization was creating all the elements in the designer, which was sometimes for a lot of copies and a lot of bitmap too heavy for the software. So now we can make the rip and print. We use the rip and print as the engine for generating the variable data. Okay, someone else is having questions about this new tool? Sylvain, this version, so this tool, the variable data tool, is available in all version 21 licenses. Of course, we have the rip and print here, so you'll need the Flexi. Wait, I think my colleague Eniko can check this. I think you will need the full version, of course. So this is the Flexi subscription. Let me check, one moment. Okay. Okay. So my colleagues replied already in the chat. Thank you for that. Yes, so you'll need the Flexi subscription. I'll make a copy. So, or you need either the Flexi subscription, the sign and print, the Flexi design subscription, or the designer. There was another question of Sandara. Is there a wizard tool for this function? No, so you'll have to try it yourself. If you have any questions, you can always send an email to support. If you want to try something, try a design, we can always connect with TeamViewer to help you setting up the file. So that's all possible, of course. So contact us if you have any questions with this feature. Okay. Maybe some other questions? Christoph, can you combine it with a jig tool? Yes. So I will illustrate this. For example, I will add a flatbed UV printer. I'll add a Muto, for example. Muto. An expert chat. Okay. Of course, I'll show something already for a webinar in 2 months, the jig templates, but I will show you quickly how it works. So I have the jig layout, the jig size, of course. Apply, okay. What you will have to do is send your variable data to the printer. Delete the cut contour. And we select hold in list. Send. So it will generate a job in Production Manager. We have the job in Production Manager. Loading, of course. It's a big job. Double click. And we apply the jig layout. So you can see we created the jigs. Good. So yes, you can bind variable data printing, but first you'll have to send the job to Production Manager to afterwards apply the jig layout. Okay, I think if that's it, of questions, we can end this webinar, Flexi webinar of May. Of course, we have some other great tools and a webinar next month as well. Next month, in the Flexi webinar, I will go over the cut contour workflows. So we have added some extra cut contour features in Flexi 21, which is very useful for production. This about artboard contour cuts, as well as custom cut contour names, very useful. So I will already add the register link. Voila. And I think we can end the webinar here. Wish everyone a healthy week, a good day, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for attending. Thank you.